Hey guys, welcome back to another Vicky's Likes video, and we are back here in Paradise Orchids, and here we have owner and friend Jack. All right, and I chose this spot here because, as you see back here, and this plant is Jack,
Cattleya rubescens.
and it's in bloom. Is so beautiful. But this time, and if you missed that first video here, there's a lot of information, but this time around the blooms, you're gonna see it, okay? And that's why I'm starting this video. I wasn't prepared. I don't have the microphone. Vicky's not here, but I can't pass this. This is like so beautiful. You're gonna be blown away. All right, so we're gonna chat and we're gonna go through the plans and show some tags, and hopefully if you're in the area, if you're visiting here, how in the hills, Leesburg area, this is a place to come. Also, he sells his plants at Main Street Antique in Leesburg. um, Pardon me, we're gonna leave the information like always, and he's got a big nice selection of flowers there at the store, but here is like beautiful. And this time of the year is the perfect time. If you're in the area, you call Jack and you make an appointment, because he might not be here. But if you're in the area and come to the nursery or the greenhouse, in summer it's too hot, it's better to go to the store. But this time of the year is better, both either, the store and here, it's like beautiful. All right, so follow me. All right, he's got dendrobiums, he's got oncidiums, he's got a little bit of everything. Later on we're gonna see some of, oh, there she is that the same one we were talking about? I'm in love with this orchid. That's so beautiful. He's got cactus. This is a beauty here too. What do we have here?
That's the Cattleya Rebecca Northern. It'll have a little. This is the old bloom spike on this one here, and they're kind of a creamy colored flower.
Is that the one I got from you? That is blooming again?
No, you got that big one there.
Yeah, yeah.
Now yours has bigger flowers.
Yeah, it's a beauty. It's a beauty. I'm gonna try to.
It's gonna defoliate, and then all you'll have is the bulbs here.
Now, do you stop watering once that happens?
You can stop during that time and let it go dormant.
Okay.
These get pretty much year-round watering, because they're all in together here where the sprinklers hit them. But it don't seem to bother them that much. A lot of people will tell you to let them dry out completely.
Right, right. Now this is a Brassavola, right?
That's a Brassavola cross. That's
Yeah.
called the BL Yellowbird. And that is a cross of Brassavola nodosa and Richard Mueller. So since you got two, the Brassavola is a B and the BL Richard Mueller is a B, you just leave it BL.
Okay.
BL.
Not BS, but BL.
Yes, BL Yellowbird. And that's the Golden Tang. BLC Golden Tang. And that's a 3-time-a-year bloomer. Fills up
Wow.
a pot real fast. This one here, the Yellowbird, is a 3-time-a-year bloomer, and you can see sometimes when they get started, they can't stop blooming.
And they start They
That's
start out white and then they turn
No,
yellow?
this is just an old flower.
Oh, okay.
That's
Oh,
starting
on
to
the
go.
way out.
Yeah, that's on the way out. But even then, it's starting to bloom again, even while
I
it was
know.
blooming before.
I know. I have a few of those.
And the reason is it's always putting new growth on to bloom on, and the old flowers are still producing. So, it does. Orchids are fascinating, especially the crosses. But that's another color of it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, this
That's
is.
called Copper Queen. And that's the Toshi and the B.L. Richard Mueller again.
Again.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks a little different than
Yeah, the Richard Mueller, though, always marks the lip.
Okay.
And the Toshi has a red lip. So it carries it all over to the babies. Put them all over the greenhouse.
So this is another one of the angel heart, and he's got him in this pot. So this is like the size you were talking about. This is like an 8-inch.
That's what it looked like when I took it out and set it on the table. That's how much it's grown since.
Yeah, yeah. It's a beauty. It's a beautiful plant. Yeah. So
and with bifoliate orchids, you have to repot them at the right time. And that's why some of these orchids are growing like this, is because I didn't repot them at the right time. So they're continually growing all the time until I can get coordinated with my schedule and their schedule.
Okay.
That I could repot them.
Now bifoliate again is when you see the two leaves, and then you get the sheath growing in between, and it eventually becomes the in this case the branch and the cluster. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You're correct.
So we were going that way, right?
Unless we wanted to go up through the dendrobiums.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at the dendrobiums, especially on the other side. And we're going to go by there now. Look at this here. Look at the clusters. And this is what we were just talking about, right? This is another bifoliate.
That's a huge bifoliate.
Yeah. How old is this plant, you think?
That plant right there, I would guesstimate to be around 10 to 15 years old.
And still, look, it's got a new shoot there.
Yeah, this was inherited. It needs to be taken care of. It needs to be divided and repotted into some fresh potting mix. But it's showing you what an orchid does.
I know.
They grow so well, and
yeah, look at the bulbs, brand new bulbs. I have a couple of. They are not this size, but they're established like that. I love it. I love them like that. All right, so we are going down the dendrobium. Look at this beauty here. And let's see if we can make out the name. Dendrobium salaya, mini stripe. Look at this plant here, just growing here, hardly no medium. And look at this.
that one is called Pixie Stripes, Dendrobium Pixie Stripes. That plant was purchased in 1998 from H&R Orchids.
Wow.
Not that particular one, but
The mother plant.
ancestors of it.
Okay.
This has been divided so many times that
Look at this beauty here. Wow. This is so beautiful. What do we have here? This is a, how do you say BC? Brassavola with Cattleya?
Yeah,
or-
BC is Brassavola Cattleya.
Okay, Olympic Meadows, pumpkin, and it's got, tell me again, the AM is,
AM is Award of Merit,
okay,
and by the American Orchid
Society.
That's who judged it.
This is that, that's the one I got from you a while back
Yes.
that keeps blooming and blooming.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a Palmer?
No,
No?
that one is Tessellata crossed with Ascacinda Coke.
And they smell so delicious. Yeah, it blooms and blooms and blooms. So beautiful. And then I got one of these from you too.
Mm-hmm. That's another one of the Papilionandas.
And these are, they can grow in sunlight.
Take a picture of the whole plant.
Yeah.
This plant was purchased in 1998 at the Greater Miami International Orchid Show in Coconut Grove.
Oh my God, yes.
And it was just one stem and a wood basket.
Wow.
And it got attached to my vanilla plant, or the vanilla plant got attached to it and started growing on it and hid it for years and years and years. And now I've got it separated, kind of got the vanda growing, and the vanilla orchid is in control.
I see it. We're gonna go to the other side. And so you could see the vanilla orchid just taking over. Now, when does the vanilla orchid bloom?
These will be blooming in the spring and around anywhere from March to May. But most of the time in April is when they do in here. Then you have to pollinate them yourself because they don't. There's no bugs, that many bugs that get in here that pollinate vanilla. This is some angel heart that was pollinated about a month ago, and you can see how the development starts, and the flower part stays on there till the seed pods mature.
So this is what we were looking at. This is the result of the bee pollinating the flower.
This right here. This is what it looks like when they start. This is the very beginning of the seed pod. And like I said, this is the embryo which carries the seed. This will develop into a seed pod, and these are getting bigger. These were pollinated probably about a month ahead of these over here.
Wow. So that's probably what we're going to see with that bee show. Yeah. Now,
And
what
the
is
challenge
this?
The challenge is getting these orchids from here to the antique store before they get pollinated.
Okay.
Because in a few days, this flower would look like this flower once they're pollinated.
Right.
That
This
is
is
called a
beautiful.
little, oh shoot, I'll have to look at the tag on that, but it's called Lava Burst.
What is HW?
It's complicated for me.
Okay.
I'd have to. But that's the different initials they put on all these things now for the different plants they used to cross with.
What a beauty. I love it. I didn't see this one on the way down. It's just a beauty. I keep doing that. Yeah, it's in there. It's okay. This is a beauty.
This is one of the Mary songs. Mary Song crossed with Bonanza Queen.
Wow.
See Bonanza Queen.
Just a beauty. And what do we have here?
That's Repotting scriptum. And when these bloom, they will have about a 3-foot inflorescence with little green, yellowy green flowers.
Wow. We'll try to find it and post it here. Good sized plants. Look at this beauty here.
And these, if adapted properly, they can take the full sun.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
And these come from the area of Indonesia and Borneo, in that area, Sumatra.
Look at this
They
here.
like wet climates. They like a lot of humidity. And that's Dick Smith, Paradise. And that's an orchid that's real close in color and everything to the Hawaiian Fiesta.
Smells so delicious.
Could be.
And what do we have here? This is this a moth, or that looks like a moth, right? And that would be another pollinator, you think?
Yep, that's one of my enemies. He didn't know where he was going though.
Yeah.
Letting into the pollen, that's for sure.
This is also beautiful. What do we have here, Jack? I don't see a
That is
tag.
another one of the. It's a Crispin Rosalis, Memorial Crispin Rosalis by Naomi Kearns. This orchid right here used to belong to a customer. That's why I haven't messed with it yet. But I offered to keep it for her until she got back from her babysitting her sister. And at the time, she was probably about 90 years old.
Wow.
And she hadn't come back for it yet, so I'm still
You're
waiting.
guessing, yeah. Wow. And she's growing also, like she's
it's
growing
on
on
the
the
table.
on the table. Yeah. Look.
But when it was hanging, the hanger wasn't strong enough to support the weight. And
Right.
It kept opening up, so I set it here on the table. It kept falling on the other orchids.
This is this Queen of the Night?
That's Lady of the Night.
Lady of the
That's
Night.
the Brassifolia Little Stars.
This is a good size specimen. And I know when we did the first video, there was no blooms, but look at it now. And it's not really full yet, but it's,
No, it still has a ton to open, especially
Yeah.
on the top.
yeah. Beautiful plant.
And that started out in a 6-inch pot.
How many years ago?
I'd say probably 25 years.
Wow.
And the whole bottom down here, in here, fell off. All of that fell out.
Wow.
So I started about 100 little 4-inch pots from it.
Wow. And here we have oncidiums, right?
You've got
Next, right.
oncidium, or the little equitant oncidiums. You've got Oncidium Alliance all in here, the Miltonias, the Miltassias, the Oncidium Gower Ramsey, you've got Oncidium spatialatum, you got all kinds of
Oh, you
alliance.
had a few Tolopnias, right?
I've got the Columnias either in the baskets like that I use for my propagation, and I have little seedlings that I got
Yeah.
that are growing here
Yeah.
now since
Yeah.
March of 2020.
The one I got from you is beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
It's growing beautifully.
Yeah, these are starting to grow here real good now. I had took one to the antique store that was blooming. It's
And
a red flower.
I think you said your wife put the corks. And
No, I did.
you did.
Yeah,
You did.
I chopped them up with my clippers and put them in there.
So they
But
seem
a
to
lot
like
of people,
cork.
a lot of people like that. Well, you can't be too aggressive with the root system, because if you plant them like in sphagnum moss, they'll die. They stay too wet, and these roots really love to dry out, and then they're watered well,
Okay.
and that's what makes them so good. Now, something like this could be detrimental to the orchid because it holds more moisture,
Okay.
and as they get old, they rot, and therefore the root system rebels against it, and it
This is fern tree bark.
Mexican tree fern, and that is
But this seems to be doing great here.
it is doing good,
Yeah.
but you can just feel the texture of
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
and it's getting old. Now, if that was planted in sphagnum moss, it would probably be dead now.
Okay.
And these that I've got in the baskets, I had charcoal.
Oh, I see.
Charcoal only.
Yeah.
And sometimes the charcoal is good, but they like it. They like it pretty much with nothing. They don't
Okay.
like anything in the pot.
Good
And
to
the
know.
ones I have mounted that I put on cork are doing the best.
Oh, wow.
Like
Nice.
that one right there.
Yeah.
When they're planted on cork, they love it.
Good. Good to know.
Because cork has some consistency of moisture, and then it dries up. Now this one's planted on Hawaiian tree fern.
So is there a difference
Oh yeah,
between
this
ferns?
is much different. This is a
Really?
better. If you can afford to get the Hawaiian tree fern, that's the better of the two tree ferns to use.
Oh, good to know. Good to know.
But it has to come from Hawaii, and that's an extra added expense.
Yeah.
Now, the way I got all my Hawaiian tree fern, I was the last person that the guy talked to at one of the shows, and he didn't want to ship it back
Okay.
to Hawaii, so he gave me a real good price. So I bought a box that a washing machine came in full,
Oh,
and I
wow.
still got it from 20 years ago.
Wow. So you were there at the right time.
I was at the right place at the right time.
There you go. Yeah, I see. These are the Miltonians, right?
A Miltassia.
Miltassia.
And this one is the,
I have this one.
this one is called Dark Star. The Orchid Works.
We don't have a flower, but...
Well, that's the flower.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I have this one, and they last so long.
Yeah, these flowers will last anywhere from a month to almost 2 months.
Yeah.
Before
Yeah.
they finally go out. But the newer the flower, the darker the pigments. But look at the difference of the two.
I know. Is it the same plant?
Same plant,
Yeah.
the same flask.
Wow.
This is the Dortus pulcherrima.
So that's not the same
That's
as...
like a phalaenopsis.
Yeah.
And the one that you took a picture of up here earlier
Yeah.
is the miniature of that.
Oh, okay. It used to be called Polcheriana, and now it's a Phalaenopsis, right? Something like
well,
that.
they're
Reclassified.
Dortus.
Oh,
They're all called, I think, Phalaenopsis.
Phalaenopsis.
They're changing everything.
And why is that? Why?
Well, you've got more scientists working on stuff, and when they operate on the flower and they see the different parts and the different DNA and the different chromosomes and the different cells and all that,
Okay.
and
Okay.
they change the name to this or that. But like Vandas, they're changing everything to a Vanda now. There's no Ascasendas. There's
Right.
no, any of the crosses. Now they're all Vanda. Unless you're an old timer. Now, if you're an old timer, it's
You're still
a
calling
Vanda and an
Ascasenda.
Ascasenda.
All timer like us, right?
Yes,
I was looking at this.
this is the one. This one don't
Oh,
have a flower.
okay.
But this one here, I don't even know if it has a label in it. There's
So
some
beautiful.
orchids I've got. Like I said, I inherited them, and they came without labels.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
don't dare guess and try to put a label in there that's not the real plant.
Now this, I think I got it right.
Yes,
Correct.
that
This is
one.
the plant.
That one is the Aaron Kobayashi, and the other name is Amy Chin.
Okay.
But these are beautiful here.
Beautiful.
Sometimes they'll have two flowers that come out. Most of mine are only one flower at a time. But they're beautiful on mounts. And there's more of them over there. You can see where they just have one
Yeah.
bud coming out.
Yep. Yep.
But this is their time of the year to bloom. Drawn off of it. But they're
So these are on the nobile. That's how
yeah,
you say
these
it.
are
Nobile.
these are primary hybrids. There's two species crossed to get these. And this is they're in that nobile family where they droop,
Okay.
where they hang.
Okay.
Unless you tie them up. Now, if you tie them up, they'll stay up. But
And here we have. Is this the staghorn? Not the staghorn.
that is Dendrobium
antelope.
stratiotes.
Stardiotis. And I got one of these from you
That's one
the
of
last time. Yeah. Yeah. This is beautiful.
Yeah, I've been growing those for a few years, and they keep blooming. They have never, once they started blooming, they've always bloomed. They've never stopped.
And you said, I remember you saying it's a fast grower.
Very fast grower. And these are kikis that I got off of them. You can see the size when I first planted it.
Yeah.
And now they've grown into these,
Yeah.
and they'll eventually end up over here.
And this is about the size I have. Yeah. What do we have? Do I have the right plant here? No.
For that flower.
Yeah,
That's
for this
this one
flower
here.
is this one here.
The BLC Meditation is an old orchid.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, that one
Very nice.
I inherited from a guy up in Ocala. His name was Joe. And he got rid of all of his orchids one year because he didn't want to buy gas to keep them warm. So he sold us.
Oh,
He
okay.
sold me all of his orchid collection.
Nice. This is a beauty here.
It is.
Is this a Vanda?
That is, I'm going to call it a Vanda. It's probably got another name to it. But we can look at the label there.
The Hosiniana
Denisonia.
Denisonia. Okay.
And Madam,
Madam Kenny.
yeah. There you go.
Beautiful. So yeah, guys, he's got Vandas also here. Um, these are beautiful. Are these falcatas? Yeah,
Neophanida.
yeah.
That's the falcata crossed with the little Rhyncho colestis, and they're called Nursery.
Okay, all right.
When you get past, that's all the crosses. But their name Nursery.
Wow. Look at them here.
Yeah, these all bloomed out at one time. Now the question was asked one time, how long does it take an orchid to bloom from the seedling? Usually it's 7 years. But some of these have been blooming in 4 years.
Oh, wow.
So I think it depends a lot on how they're grown.
But these are not seedling size, or you can still call them
Seedlings.
seedling?
Yeah, everything that grows from a seed, you continue to call it a seedling.
Oh, okay. Because I was confused.
A meristem or a cloned orchid grows from cells in from the growing part of the plant.
Okay.
So they're meristems. A big difference. Meristems come out exactly. I mean, everything is exact that the parent was, the mama. So if it had a defect, the clone will have a defect.
Okay.
It's an exact replica of the plant you took it from.
Okay.
A seedling can change. When you plant the seed, you may have some this color, you may have some that are pure white, you may have some that come out even a red or a yellow color.
I see. Okay.
But that's the chance you take with a seedling.
Okay.
That's why you should
So-
always buy your orchids blooming,
Okay.
unless you're buying just to add to your collection.
Okay, so we have seedling, which means it was from a flask, right?
From
Then-
a seed pod,
Then we have a clone, which is,
which is from a plant, and it was a perfect plant, and they cloned it
okay,
to make a million more like it.
okay. But it's also grown in a flask,
It grows in a flask.
right? And then we have the divisions, which is
Yeah.
the cuttings.
Yes.
There you go.
And a division is another way of cloning a plant,
Okay,
but you have to be very careful when you divide one to make sure everything's clean and sterile.
correct.
Because if you start cutting an orchid with dirty clippers without sterilizing them, you can pass a bacteria or a fungus or a virus onto that plant.
So we have Bulbophyllums here that he's, what do you call it? You're getting ready to split them in the future.
One day I'll split them, but
Yeah. Look at this beauty here. This is on not my kick bucket, but on the bucket list or my wish list. That's Bulbophyllum. I don't see a tag. Medusa. It looks like a medusa. I guess that's why.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Smell bad, but I can't smell anything on that one.
Yeah. Most Bulbophyllums smell.
Well,
they don't
there's
smell
some
too
that
good,
are
right?
Pretty offensive, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I have several plans that I'm taking, and some on the wish list. And we have to close this video because the phone is dying, and we want to thank Jack again for a wonderful day here at Paradise Orchids. We'll put the number, the address, all the information. Please reach out to him. He's a wonderful person. It's not because I'm making the video, but we've been dealing with him for years now, and he doesn't change. Humble and full of information and great plans. So we'll see you on the next video. Thanks so much.
Thank you.